everybody, happy Sunday. Glad you're here. Here's my little bird watching station right outside the living room window. I love seeing the birds up close. It's kind of fun. The cats really like watching them too. And this year I put my bluebird house back out. In the past we've been able to see the bluebirds raise their babies right outside the window, so nobody's in there yet. We'll see what happens. Look at those pretty goldfinches. It looks like it's definitely going to be summer, even though you could not tell by the weather. Well, there's not much going on outside yet. I haven't been able to do much gardening at all. And we have more rain, more yuck, more wind. But next week looks like it's going to be sunny, so hopefully we can do gardening videos from here on out. I don't know. But instead, let's talk about chickens and meat birds. After all, who can get tired of chicks and chickens and turkeys, right? Do they look like they've grown? They look to me every single day like they've grown. But fortunately, let me pan out, they're still doing really well in their orange box. So I'm hoping to get about another week out of this before they move over into that huge turkey pen. But I wanted to talk to you about how I feed them. With my meat birds, I start them out for the first 2 weeks or so on a 24% feed. I don't use medicated feed, but you certainly can. Coccidiosis can go through meat birds. I've had it go through them, and you can have several losses. So there's nothing wrong with it. And when you're stopping it, you usually won't use medicated feed all the way through. So it's well out of their system. And that improlium just stays in their gut anyway. So there's nothing wrong with it. But I just don't do that. I start them on a 24% or a 22% is what they had available where I got these. And I do that for the first couple weeks. And then I start mixing in and switching them over to a 20% feed, a little lower percent. Some people take their feed away at night. I don't do that. What I do start doing is weaning them off of heat lamps once they're about 3 weeks old or so, and they sleep at night then, so they're not eating anyway. And I'll do their last feeding maybe in the afternoon where I fill their feeders, and usually they have that empty by evening and they're out of food overnight, so it works out well. And then in the morning they're hungry and I fill them up again. I just let them eat as much as they want. In my opinion, that's what makes these unique, is they grow fast. So I let them eat what they want so they grow. That's what they do. And then they're ready to be processed for us about, anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks, whatever we want to do, however big we want them to be. So after that, about the last week and a half or so, I start mixing in scratch grains, cracked corn. In my mind, that makes them taste better. I don't know if it does or not, but it lowers the percent even a little more, kind of slows their growth down some more, and helps them, I think, just put on a little bit of fat. It gives them a little more fat in the broth. Could just be me, but that's what I do. And then they're ready to be processed after that, around, like I said, 6 to 8 weeks. If you want a smaller bird, 6 weeks usually will give you somewhere around 3-4 pounds. And if you wait up to 8 weeks, we've had birds up to 7 or 8 pounds. My daughter does her 4-H chickens, and they are more of the just lay around and eat variety, the way she raises them, and she can have them up to like 8 pounds at that age. So there they are. Another thing I like to do with them is keep a vitamin electrolyte solution in their water. I think that helps keep their droppings a little firmer, because they can tend to be very liquid, messy, just sop everything down. So I find that helps. Maybe that's another thing that's in my mind, but it's what I do. Can you hear those turkeys making a ruckus in the background? We're starting to think we gave them too big of an area at first. They just come around here and slam themselves right into the wall. I want to show you this guy. Do you see him walking? These broad-breasted turkeys can be prone to leg problems. And this guy, when he walks, his knees are just popping out and they're swollen up. There's definitely something going on with his legs. I feel bad for him. That has to be miserable. when you're raising animals, some of the hard decisions come in over this kind of stuff. Do you want to keep him going, or do you want to make sure that he's not suffering and that he has a good life? And I'm not sure he's going to be able to handle the growth that he's going to do on legs that are not working any better than that. So we're going to have to make some decisions with him. Unfortunately, it's part of it. My little chick family is complete at this point. I have about 2 more chicks to get out of the incubator, and that is going to be all I hatch for myself. And I've overdone it. I have probably 35, 40 chicks in this box, which is going to be too many, so I will do my usual desperate thinning down as they grow and get bigger. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great Sunday.